All right. Once again, good morning, good day, and welcome to this Smart Wealth Accelerator training where we're going to talk about using the booster, as we like to call it, which means that we can actually, everybody here and everybody in SWA can actually earn from an activity as well as just passively. So, Smart Wealth Accelerator, first of all, we're committed to help people maximize financial returns while minimize or eliminate risks. And this is important. There is a lot of stuff out there that is not in our best interest, and we are doing our very, very best to avoid that to the best of our abilities. We do a very thorough due diligence of the projects that we bring into Smart Wealth Accelerator. And this is founded by experienced entrepreneurs, investors, and networkers. We got Anne-Charlotte and Michael Wesley in the core team. We also got Daniel Wood. We have Peter Axelson and yours truly. That would be me. So who am I and why am I here? I am born and raised in Berlin at the time where there was still a wall. I was actually hacking around on that wall on the 10th of November, 1989. And this has induced quite a bit of freedom love in me. I don't condone totalitarianism. I don't condone locking people in, controlling people, all that kind of stuff. That's one of my driving forces. I have a background in manual medicine. I'm a doctor of naturopathy since 1997, actually still in practice, not full time, but I still love what I do. Uh, Background as a functional training coach. I've been a speaker, trainer, and mentor for many years. I'm a certified master guide for the Master Key Experience, certified collar code and collar for leadership trainer. I think I'm the only one in Europe actually who carries both of these certifications. And I'm the only Go90 Grow network marketing facilitator and coach outside the USA. And one of two outside the family who created it. And I've been a networker for quite a few years, pretty much most people in the industry that I meet, they kind of respect what I do, try to keep integrity, try to do things the right way. And I love nature. I spend a lot of time hiking. I just came back from a 3-week tour to the Swedish north. And it's really funny because the month of August was my best month in the first project we have in SWA, and I wasn't even there, which is kind of a proof that what we do kind of works. So we got certain ways of earning in Smart Wealth Accelerator. We got the passive income from projects. For most people, actually, this is the main focus. Then we choose projects where it's possible to get a referral commission. And finally, we have the commission from doing network marketing. Let's cover the referral commission first. It's a compensation for connecting a new customer to a vendor. And this is something it's very common in most internet business. It's called affiliate marketing, actually. And most companies selling online, they actually will give you a bonus of some kind for referring new customers to the vendor. And ideally, it gives us an additional profit for recurring purchases. That means that if the customer comes back and buys again, they are still connected to your account and you will get an additional commission. Finally, what we do, and this is what this training is about, the booster, as we call it, is network marketing. And many people define network marketing in many different ways. I found this one on marketbusinessnews.com. And network marketing is a direct selling business model in which salespeople work independently promoting products or services. The salespeople or agents work independently. Whoever recruited them encouraged them to recruit and train more agents. Then they encouraged the agents they recruited to do the same, and so on. And there I just like this definition because it means that we are independent, but we are members of a team. And I like that teamwork. I've been working in my traditional industry. I meet my customers, but there's very few interactions with other professionals in the same industry. So network marketing is basically nothing more than a three-step process. I'm going to break it down for you. Most people in any areas of life, they overcomplify things. And if we just can make things a little bit more simple and break it down, looking at it from first principles, then network marketing contains 3 steps. First, we need to find people to talk to, and that's what's called prospecting in the industry. Second step is to talk to the people we find. That is called presenting. And this, of course, takes skills, and it's done in many different steps as well. It's not that you just grab somebody you find on the street, show them a presentation, and they're going to sign up. No. Presenting starts with talking to them, listening to their needs, have them present to you why you should show them the presentation of what we do. If they don't have a reason to take a look at it, chances are they won't look. So that is a skill. And finally, we teach those who join to do the same. Find people to talk to the people we find, and teach you who wants to join to do the same. That's the training and coaching part. Now, the main thing here, the main thing is to keep the main thing because it's the main thing. That's a quote from my good friend Mark Januszewski, aka the world's laziest networker, the founder of Go90 Grow, which is one of the most respected network marketing trainings in the world right now. Now, you're all smart people, so now you're asking, what is that main thing? What is that main thing? And it's simple. It's talking to people who do not yet know about the opportunity. And even if there are actually hundreds of millions of people who know about network marketing and even are involved in network marketing, that means there are actually billions of people out there who might want it, and most of them actually need it, and they've never really heard about it or understood it. And that's where we have the opportunity to be of service to our fellow human beings. Now, with Smart Wealth Accelerator, we have an advantage here. And I want everybody to be crystal clear about this, because what we do as a core team, we thoroughly examine the projects that allow people to earn passive income. That is our focus. If you like selling products, that's okay with us, but we do not look for those kinds of projects within the industry. We also offer an additional or accelerated rather earning potential by inviting contacts. This is the active part. That's the booster. That's what we talk about today. We continuously look for, evaluate, do due diligence, and add the projects that measure up to our criteria, which means that we can get to a level of outstanding risk management. And we have Michael is on the call, and he's done a lot of due diligence. There he is. He's done a lot of due diligence on this process. And once we are at a level of between 8 and 10 different programs that people can involve themselves in, we can have a very, very much lower risk than at the level we are now, where we got actually, I would say 1.9, because I know that we're going to add another project later today. And this is what's exciting from the booster perspective. You can do the work once and you can get paid every time your contact joins a new project. Because every new project they join, they're going to be connected with you. So you will earn that referral commission. Now, not everybody is going to join every project. Maybe some projects you don't like, you don't want to join. Maybe some projects it's not the right timing for you, or the lowest entry level is too high, or you just don't like the color of the website, and that's all okay. We need, all of us, even if we do our due diligence on every single project, you still need to check off on them for yourself. They need to fit you. And in the end, we are all individuals and we need to take responsibility for what we do with our choices. And that's important. But now let's talk about the finding people to talk to, because this is something that most people in the industry seem to find excessively hard to do. Excessively hard to do. And it's so freaking easy because we all know people. So the first step here is actually to write a list of people that you are already connected with. And I promise you that if I would grab your cell phone, go through your contact list, check your Facebook page, check your Twitter, I would find hundreds, if not thousands, of people who you are already connected with. And all of these people are actually a possible person for us to help, because we don't know if they want what we have until we freaking ask them. And many people on this call, many people out there are way too good to make choices for other people. Right? Oh, no, they don't even know how to turn on a computer, so this couldn't be for them. Hey, maybe they want to learn when they see that they can actually receive 1% per day. Maybe that's enough of a trigger for them to say, okay, I'm going to learn how to push the start button of my computer. Right? And then we can use social media to raise curiosity outside our warm market. The warm market, if you're not into the lingo here, that is basically just, warm market means this is people who you already know. When you call them, if I call somebody and say, hey, it's Klaus, they don't ask me what freaking Klaus. They know me, right? That's my warm market. Then we have the lukewarm market. There are people who know off you. And then we have the cold market. And cold market is what every salesperson dreads, right? Cold calling is no fun. I usually tell people that if you really want to be good at handling rejection, you should volunteer for 2 months trying to recruit members for the Swedish church or something, cold calling them, because you're going to be rejected so many times, or whatever organization. I'm not pushing down the church here, okay? It was just an example. But we can use social media to raise curiosity. There are people out there, they are wizards with this. And what they usually recommend is that we choose a channel or several channels. You can have a Facebook group, Twitter account, YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, etc. I'm not really a social media guy myself, so this is just what I've learned from other people. But exactly as we do with our contacts, you know why the people who know you, like you, and trust you actually like you and trust you? You know why? Because you've proven yourself to provide value and be reliable. That's why they like you and trust you, right? And that's what we need to continue do and to do with people we meet. I have lots of people who hit me up on social media. They say hi, and next thing what happens is I get a referral link from them. I'm pretty sure that happens to you as well. So how inclined are you to click on that link? No, me neither. Me neither. And then I have people I meet online and we chat and we are connecting on some level. And then you get a question. And suddenly you can tell them, oh, I'm thinking this way. This is the way I operate. This is the way I resonate. And that is respectful communication. And I have a good friend and sponsor. His name is Matt Nerona. He is a master at selling. He's a really, really, really good salesman. Thank you, Anne-Charlotte. Thank you. But we have that relationship, right? They just sent, if the link is coming from Klaus, they might consider it. Click on it, right? But we have that relationship. So what we need to do with people is we need to provide value, more value, and then even more value. So people need to know, they learn to know you, like you, and trust you. We need to connect with people. We need to listen to their needs, right? Maybe they are in a position where they really, really, really don't need another thing to think about in their life. I'm sure every one of you have been there at some point, you know? It's just like, if I get any more information right now, my brain is gonna blow. That is not good timing to send them a 45-minute presentation and a 78-page PDF. You're gonna get to know before they even watched it. And then only pitch new contacts when you are pretty darn sure that they want to see something. Then we can ask them, do you want some information that can help you? I don't know if you ever heard the name Tom Schreider or Big Al. He is one of the one very respected network marketing trainer out there. He is an author. I've actually met him personally. We got some very good mutual friends, and I have great respect for this guy. And he says that he loves problems, because what we do is we help people solve problems, and that's when we earn money. So he's looking for problems that he can help people, and then he asks them, do you want to do something about this problem? And then they say yes, and he said, okay, would you like some information about how I could help you? Bam. That's the way to do it. Because, hey, I'm pretty sure that this what I'm going to tell you now, that happens very seldomly, but it actually happened to me. It happened to me, but it only happened to me once. That's in 20 years of being in direct sales industry part-time. Once somebody hit me up and asked me, do you have something exciting going on right now? And they actually wanted a project. That was my easiest sign up ever, because they asked me for a program. Now, mostly that doesn't happen. Mostly we have to examine if there is a mutual interest, right? So priority number one must always be to pursue the warm market. Why? Well, because they already know you, like you, and trust you. So it's so much faster if you want to build this. First company I was with in network marketing was called Niken. Some of you might have heard of it. Japanese health products. Products are amazing. Company back then was really good. It was amazing. Then, unfortunately, they sold it to an American conglomerate, and they managed to screw everybody in the rest of the world, and now it's only a company in the United States. But the thing is that what happened with these products, they were so amazing that people were harassing their warm market with the quality of the product. They were talking about the product. They were fire hosing, puking product information on their friends and family. And that made us joke about something that was called the NFL club. And no, it has nothing to do with the National Football League. The NFL club stands for No Friends Left. Because people scare them away with the opportunity. So please do not do that. Don't fire hose opportunities on people. Ask questions and invite and tell. Now, talking to the people we find, this is probably the biggest hurdle or the biggest threshold for most people. And the reason is most people, they do not know what to say. 5% of the population are natural sales types. 5%. The rest are not. So if you don't think you don't know how to sell, you're probably one of the 95%. Congratulations, you're part of the majority. Great stuff. Now, talking to the people we find, if we don't do that naturally, always remember, most people hate to be sold on anything. Even if it's the best product in the world, people hate to be sold on it. What do you think when your cell phone rings and there is an unknown number showing up on the display? It's like, oh, this might be a salesperson. Do I even want to answer the call? Hey, I still have my clinic. I have to answer the call, right? It might be a customer. It might be somebody in pain. It might be somebody who's been referred by a friend. But I still get those sales calls. And sometimes I have fun with them. Sometimes I just don't have the time. So I say, thank you, goodbye. And at one point I used words that I actually had one guy calling me and I told him I'm with a client. I don't have time. And in the end I said, hey, listen, I hate to be rude. I really, really hate to be rude to people, but please go fuck yourself. And then I ended the call. That's one guy who never called me back. I got rid of that one. But, you know, everyone loves a good story. Telling stories. Admit it. When I told you this story about the salesman I just got rid of, everybody on this call laughed, right? It was a story. It's a true story, but it's a story. And the best stories are actually true. Be a storyteller and you will raise curiosity and interest. Next year in summer, I plan to hike from the very south point of Sweden in Smygehuk to the most northern point in Sweden at Treriksröset. It's a 4-month trip. I'm still going to be a coach with Smart Wealth Accelerator while I'm on that trip. I'm still going to be a trainer with Smart Wealth Accelerator. I'm just going to be on my phone instead of on my computer. And imagine the person I'm talking to listening to me. They hear the fire, my campfire crack in the background. I can tell them, I can put on my camera, I can show them the clearing in the woods where I'm sitting right now. I got the cell tower a little bit further away so that I know that I have the connection. And I'm living my dream at the same time I'm helping somebody else get the means to live their dream. It's a great story. It's outside the box. And now it's the easy part, you know, invite people to a free webinar about passive income. And that's the Smart Wealth Accelerator introduction that you've probably all already seen, right? If not, the next one is on Monday night. If you have people that might be interested in having some passive income in their lives, I highly recommend you to invite them to one of these webinars. Of course, after you made sure that they are actually interested, because else they will probably not show up, right? It's just logical. And then you set up a meeting with the new person, your coach and yourself, to help them get started. And you know, if you're on these meetings with your coach and your new person, and you listen and learn, you can step up and become one of the SWA coaches yourself. And that's when your passive income is going to take off for real, to be honest. And then we teach those who join to do the same. Third point, third step in network marketing. Now here it's a little bit easier with SWA because you got a coach. Utilize your coach. Connect them with your coach. Take a meeting. Put up a Zoom. Plug the new person into the Telegram group. We got a lot of information flowing through that group. Hold their hands through the motions of the first few projects. I don't know if you remember your first ever transaction on the blockchain. I do. And it was funny enough, I had bought some crypto and stuff, but my first payment I made, and I'm almost embarrassed to tell this story, this was in early 2018. And it was a company that was selling crypto education. And I was going to pay $300 with Bitcoin. If I still had those $300 in Bitcoin, they would be worth a lot more today, but whatever. I learned tons from that course, but I literally typed in the BTC address by hand. I didn't copy paste it. I didn't know how to. And there was new QR codes back then. I literally double checked it, triple checked it, quadruple checked it, because what I already learned was that if I typed the wrong address, my money is going to be gone. Now, I would have loved to have somebody holding my hand at that point, telling me exactly how to do this in an easier way. So if you have a new person and they are not very, very comfortable with these, most of our projects, they have crypto in, crypto out payments because it is easier regulation-wise. You don't have to deal with MasterCard and Visa and stuff like that. But it's so important to actually guide people through the process. When they've done it a few times, perfect. Now they can do it by themselves. Have them do it a few more times together, and then they can actually guide the next person. But we cannot think that everybody is as proficient as us if we've done this a lot of times, right? And then if they want to refer others, and this is an if, remember, most people, they want to remain passive, which is okay. They might join several projects. Actually, that is the risk management that we recommend, is to, or not recommend, we tell people about it. We are not allowed to recommend. We're not advisors, but it's pretty darn self-evident that if you put all your eggs in one basket and then that basket falls down on the floor, then all your eggs will get crashed, or most of them. But if you have them in 10 different baskets and one falls down, you still got 9 baskets. So if they want to refer others, show them the SWA trainings. And we are doing these every single Saturday, and we also record them and we put them on the YouTube. Now, a tad of tough love here. And this is only for people who want to be active. If you made a decision, no, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to be passive, that's your decision. But if you want to be active, remember, successful members do that what unsuccessful members make a conscious decision not to do. Successful members do that what unsuccessful members make a conscious decision not to do. So just be aware that if you decide not to do what you told yourself you should do, or would do, that's a decision. Doesn't happen by chance. And what is easy to do is equally easy not to do. And we all have those moments. Me too. I seldom have a day where I actually do everything I decided in the morning that I would do that day. Things always fall through the crack. Don't feel bad about it. Just get yourself up, dust yourself off, get better. Jim Rohn had this wonderful, this is wonderful quote from Jim Rohn, who is he's not here anymore, but he's one of the people that really, really, really influenced me through the years. And he says, don't ask for it to be easy. Ask to be better. And I probably butchered that quote, but it was a paraphrase. And every time we have an interaction, we can make it a win. Either because we get out of the interaction what we plan to get out of the interaction, or because we learn something that gets us better next time. So if you want to eliminate failure out of your life, make sure you always learn something. Then you always have a win. And that's not pumping up. This is just how it is. Finally, remember, the main thing is to keep the main thing because it's the main thing. Talking to people who never heard about the opportunity before, or actually follow up with people who you talk to and who are not in yet. And this makes the process as easy as 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Gonna open up for everyone to unmute themselves if they want, and we are here for the Q&A. And if you're a little bit shy, it's okay to type into the chat as well.
But still.
Sorry, I was a little slow. Claes, I just have a question. Could we ask questions about all different kind of things, or is it related to what you just have told us?
I would like it to be related, but it doesn't have to be like that closely related. It's if it's just related to SWA, then I'm pretty sure we can cover it here.
Wonderful. So everyone, if you have a question, and not only about how you can boost and speed up your process, then you can also ask if there's any problem or something that you just want to share your experience about.
Yeah.
As you can see, Nancy have a question.
Nancy,
so I'm just
Nancy got her hand up there, so please unmute yourself, Nancy.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi there.
Hi. You were talking about referrals and like you've gained by referring someone to the group. How does that work? How do you get the points or the boost?
Well, one of our criteria for choosing projects is that they have some kind of a referral program. And this is different from program to program. So but all of them give you a commission for referring a new customer. And that's how we get it. This is nothing that you get from it's nothing you get from us, from SWA, but it's program dependent or project dependent.
Yeah.
Does that clear it up for you, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear. I just want to make sure that that's how it works.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Sure, come on.
Yeah. You said it is on Saturdays you have this kind of trainings. Is it the same time, or can you invite people to them, or is it a presentation first as they have to see, or how does it work?
Well, I believe personally that it's more effective to invite new people to the Smart Wealth Accelerator presentation first, so that they know about the project and know that they are interested in what we do before we invite them to a training about what we do. Because if they don't like the basic idea, then it's kind of not very friendly to steal time from a Saturday from people. Usually, everybody has something to do with their life 24 hours a day. And this is one of the charms with working at home. The cat comes in and just steps over your lap, shows his tail to the computer camera.
It happens to me as well. I also have a red cat, so.
Okay. Yeah, they are the worst. Anyway, so I would recommend to take them through the process of first, finding out if there is an interest of earning passive income, then take them through the SWA webinar, then have a conversation with the coach, together with the coach, get them on board, then we can start training them.
Yeah.
But some people, like, I'm one of them. I'm very interested. When I look at a new program, I'm very interested. Are there good presentations? Are there good presenters? Is there training? How is the training? Because if there is training, that means less work for me.
Exactly. Let the system do the work for you. That's very important.
Yes. And that means that I'm looking at this but that is because I'm a presenter and a trainer. So I want to know. And I look at projects and sometimes I'm like, hey, I love this project, but I'm never going to send anyone to this presentation. I'm going to make my own presentation because this literally, this is so bad that this guy should be banned from being in front of a camera.
I agree.
And I know I'm sticking my neck out a little bit here, but it's just important to me to see trainings and stuff like that before, because I want to know, do I have to build a training program for this project? Or is there already one that I can utilize? Because that might actually influence my decision. Because if I have to build a training program, that might be a little bit too much work for me right now.
So it's Mondays, you have this presentation.
It is about bi-weekly. This is not, we are trying to accommodate as many people as possible. So we don't want to do them always on the same day of the week, the same time, because then we're going to lose some people who can't do it that time. So we do it different days, and it's usually in the evening, and it's usually around like 7-8, like 7-ish, 8-ish Central European time. And they are always announced ahead of time in the Telegram group. And there is always a sign up page. So, you can't take the link from the second presentation in July and send it to somebody now, because that is already over. It's a different link every single time.
Okay, that's good to know. And it's not any recorded presentation you can use?
There are recorded presentations, yet this is still, we've been doing this since, help me out here, Wesley, end of June, first time?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. So it's been like I think there's been 4 presentations so far, and we're still actually fine-tuning them a little bit. But as soon as we have the version where with all 5 founding members say, oh, this is it, then we're going to make it evergreen and put it on the website so you can send people there any time of the day.
Yeah, that's good.
But just remember that we started off with one project because we didn't want to hold this any longer. We love the idea of what we are doing here and how we can help people. So what we do is we are still learning and getting better. We are still tweaking. We are still fine-tuning. And we are still putting a lot of time into due diligence for new projects. Once we have 10, 12, 15 projects, then we don't need to put that much time in there anymore. But hey, everybody who's ever evaluated something online, you know that it takes a bit of time to get it done.
Oh, yeah.
And I literally was on for hours yesterday because we are looking at one program right now that we think that's the next one for SWA, and it was a lot of double checking to do because we need to feel sure that we at least crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's and found everything that is there to find. And then sometimes you find things that are really, really red flags. And then you dig a little deeper and you find out in the end that, oh, this was all good. I got the right answers to my questions about these red flags. So the red flags, they aren't red anymore.
This is a great value to give to people when you do all the digging and all the work, and you really want to help people to create a new lifestyle and freedom with these kind of tools. So it's so important. So, you know, I've been doing so. It have been tough sometimes, really tough, because you have been into the wrong project, or it have been good, but it have suddenly stopped, and yeah.
Yeah, and that is, there are no guarantees. And I need to remind you, everybody in here, that we don't care if the project is going to be alive 30 years from now. We're not looking for that project. We don't look for 5 years. We don't look for even 1.5, maybe 1 year. We are looking at, do we believe that this project will be here for the time it takes for the member to come in, make their money back, and get some profit? Everything else is gravy. And that's important to understand, that when we see, if there is, one of these main flags here, when you are in a project and they start to delay withdrawals, that's one of these signs. And once that happens, we're going to stop presenting that project to our members. We're going to tell members who are in the projects to start withdraw all you can. And we're going to stop showing that to new members. And because we are a few people having, first of all, we are in there ourselves. We are making withdrawals every single week or every single day, depending on what project it is. And we also have very close connection and communication with our coaches. And our coaches have very close connection with the coaches. So if somebody has problems with a withdrawal, we got to know that like lightning fast. And then we cut them out. And then sometimes a project actually recovers and they get it right again. But to be honest, mostly not.
Yeah.
And once that happens,
it's so good. Yeah.
Now, are we going to be 100% right 100% of the times? Nope. No. But we probably going to have more hits than misses.
Exactly. You what you say? What's the word for it? It will be less failures directly, so to say. So the most projects probably you will get the money back and you will gain some money. So yeah, that's perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, Bengt-Göran.
Yeah.
I got another hand from Nancy.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this means that all the projects coming in, everything is new start companies.
No.
No?
It might not be new. It might be already a couple of years old or something. But it's just it's the nature of the game that if you have a high yield opportunity, 95, 98, 99% of the time, it's also a high risk opportunity. You know, high return, low risk. That is very rare. That's like a rainbow colored unicorn.
That's true.
So we just need to be aware of that, because there are too many people out there. They are pitching these 2% a day and they think they are going to be there forever. And I'm telling you, they probably won't. If they are not a intentional Ponzi scheme from the beginning, they mostly overreach and they can't deliver. And that's when the problem starts. We had a company here out of Sweden a few years ago that was growing super fast, really, really super fast. And they had effed up their compensation plan. So they had weeks where they paid 200% on the revenue. And if a company pays double from what they actually bring in, that is not sustainable. That's not long-term sustainable. It's not even short-term sustainable. And then they changed the comp plan so that when you brought in $100 of revenue or 100 euros of revenue, you got 50 BV instead of 100. So you only got half the points. And they had to do that to survive. And guess what? They didn't survive anyway because it was so mismanaged. And then they had to put conditions on withdrawals and stuff like that. I'm not going to name names here, but I think some of you might know what company I'm referring to. Funny thing is, I met the owner and that's when I quit. I met the guy and I was like, okay, if this is the owner, I'm out. It was fun. All right. So any more questions? Lotta?
Hello. I just reminded myself of something that could be at help for every one of us. And when we are going to invite to the webinar, and we actually have some examples of text that you can send for your friend or for the person that you have noticed that there is something that you can help this person with, and there could be an interest for them to take part of the webinar. So if that could be at help, then we can just place it in maybe in the Telegram group because the web page isn't ready yet where we can gather all the resources. There will be a place where we gather all the videos and the recordings and files and so on. So you will get the information, but make sure if maybe the gentlemen have some suggestion how or where we can put it. Will that be of help to you?
Very good. I was about to ask that also. If there's one place to go to, because it's very hard to find on YouTube or in the Telegram group. Yeah, so it's very good.
Super.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Then let's make it a deal.
Yeah, just remember that scripts are great as a for mind juggling, but change it, make it your own.
Good.
Because it's too this is you know, when you get one of these sales calls and it's obvious that people are reading it off document,
you can hear that.
You can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good. Okay. So make it your own, and remember that the biggest downside with a script is that the person you're talking to doesn't have the same script. So you still need to be, you can't just sit there and write. I get these messages from people, and it's like I say something and they just send me the next message with no regard to what I actually replied to them. And that's when I'm out at the level of blocking them. But before I do that, I usually send them another message to try to save them. And what I usually say is that, oh, hey, sending this sequence of messages to people without regarding what they send you back, how does that usually work for you? And some of them, I actually sign up because it's attractive when you start listening to people. They find you attractive. They like that because there is too little of that out in society. Everybody is about their message, their message, their message, their message. So if we stop and listen, I know this is cliche, but there is a reason we have one mouth and two ears.
Very true. May I just connect a little with what Nancy was asking, and also what Bengt-Göran was addressing before, is that, as Claes said, that the concept of SWA is for you to make an investment or stake some money and get your money back as fast as possible. And Nancy was also talking about how to invite to this opportunity. And everyone is leaking information. We cannot be quiet when something is good is happening to us. And obviously not when bad is happening as well. But we are always leaking information. So what if you had an opportunity where you put, let's say, just $1,000 in, you get $300 back every month passively from that opportunity. And even though the opportunity it's divided between 10 different investments for you, and 5 of them crash, you're still making money. You're not depending on one sole opportunity investment here. The point is that we do the work behind the scenes, so to speak, and we find the project that gives you a good return. And even though some of them may not work out in the end, you are still making good money. So with that in perspective, can you see that we are eliminating the risk as much as we can, and we are imploding or increasing the return for you as much as we can? And this is what we want to give you. And if you experience this, you don't have to sell it, because you are leaking the information anyway. You're making so much good money back from your investment that you get the money back within a couple of months, and then you just get the flow. You get the flow of the passive income doing nothing, and you won't be able to keep quiet about that. So it's an easy way to give that opportunity and possibility to other people in your friendship, in your community. Absolutely.
And everybody loves to hear a story.
Oh yeah.
I have another raised hand from Nancy. I have another meeting in 5 minutes, so I need to wrap this up. But Nancy, I give you the last word here.
Yeah, thank you. Was it who was it that was talking the last time?
Michael.
Michael. Yeah, because there's so much going on, not only in the internet, about this kind of thing, how to have passive income, and it's like too good to be true with this thing that we are doing right now. So every time, and not every time, I've just introduced to a few people just to test and see the reaction, and it's always like, we don't believe anymore. So it's also good that we have some material to show them how the group is, who are the persons involved, and at the same time I can also show them my benefits, how I benefited from this thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's a group of it's a mix of how you present it to the people. So yeah, next time I will be presenting to other people, and it is also good that we also have materials. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much, everybody. My time is up here, and I wish you all a fantastic Saturday, an absolutely amazing Saturday. I will personally have another meeting, and then I'm off into nature for 2 hours or something before my next Zoom after that. And I'm looking forward to get some sun on my skin, maybe find some mushrooms in the woods, and enjoy some part of nature. So thank you everybody for being here. We're gonna put this out recording as soon as possible, and hopefully already today. And we are so grateful for everybody being a part of our team. So thanks again. Peace out. Have a great day.